you want to touch on, maybe a few points about kind of how Link makes money? Talked about the clients, talked about some of the stuff you're doing, but I think for people, maybe just make it a little bit more real. So you have a client, you're helping them set up mining, how, and if you don't mind, like how does Link charge? Where do you guys make your money? You keep
Sure.
mentioning you have sites, but maybe just give it a little bit more detail.
Yeah, it goes back to the fundamental. We're running power at a certain cost per kilowatt. So that's the cost of development, the cost of acquisition of the land, the cost of putting the plugs in the ground, and the cost of running that site. That all goes on our cost side. So we have that. And then the client comes on and says, I would like to buy 1,000 kilowatts, so 1 megawatt. And we say, well, we can base that price on, I know what my costs are. I know what we're trying to make in terms of the spread so that we're profitable. And this is the price I can offer you. So we make our money on the spread between our delivered cost of power for us and their purchase price of power. So we offer people traditionally a power purchase agreement with a guaranteed uptime. It's really just a standard energy model. That's why I understood it when we got into it, because they're PPAs. Everyone calls them PPAs, but power purchase agreements, very straightforward. There's not a lot of ambiguity. They've been used for many, many years in many, many businesses in there, and it's a very good way to do it.
Cool. Just to, maybe let's put it in an example even for people, just to go a layer deeper. Say, I'm, who knows, RBC or even Bank of America, let's just say, to make it even more standard for people. I'm Bank of America. I come to you, I say, awesome, I want to buy whatever, call it 10 megawatts of power. Now what?
Yeah, so 10 megawatts of power, let's just say they're buying power I say I'm going to sell you power at 5 cents, and it costs me 4 cents. So there's a 1 cent spread in there, right? That 1 cent a kilowatt times 10,000 times every hour, so 730 hours in a month, right? And people can just do the math. So around a penny spread is around $11,000 or $12,000 a month.
Yeah. So maybe to what I was getting at. So I come to you, like, walk me through, like, you just signed me. Now I have to. So I just bought new equipment, let's say, or you helped me buy the perfect equipment. Great, awesome, thanks so much. So now I'm sending it to your site.
You walk it in, we set it up. Now, a lot of people used to charge prohibitive amounts to set it up. We set it up, we plug it in, we put it mining to your pool, whatever pool you choose, or we can help you decide what pool you're going to, right? And so that part's very seamless. It's very easy. The maturity of machines and the firmware that's running those machines is very mature. So if you have 100 machines, we put those 100 machines up. They're plugged in within hours. They're hashing to your pool and making you money. And then we monitor those machines for power consumption at the end of each month. That was your power consumption of your machines, because people can play with their own too. So depending on the level of complexity and the level of understanding, people can actually tweak their own machines to overclock, so they can actually get a little more performance out of their machines, but it eats a little more power. Yeah. So again, our thing is, forget about how many machines or whatever. Just think they're using this block of power. People come in, you're using this block of power. This is what it is theoretical. Here's what it is delivered. The actual cost. That's what you pay us every month. So.
Yeah. I think no, it's extremely interesting. It's easy to get, and I just wanted to kind of, I guess, show the people, like, look, it's here. Thank you. We're handing this over. You can set it all up, and they're setting it up on, you keep mentioning, sites. I wanted to also make sure that it was obvious. You guys own the sites. You're setting it up. You have the perfect place, like you say, the perfect setup, which I think is really, really cool. And maybe a little walkthrough or something would look pretty good on a video at some point.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's very important to know your site and know how it's being managed and the security. And there's numerous elements that are really important. Yeah, people that are burning up machines because their site's not cooling properly, or they're wintertime in Alberta that they're getting too cold and machines can't fire up. So there's lots of complexities to running it, lots of headaches. We have guys that are basically awake 24/7 because they have to be, and so it's like a command center. So you have to be very conscious of that side of it as well. There's the power generation side, but there's also the, the actual mining operation side. You got to make sure people are online. So
It's like running like a data center. If people who heard about
that
that. And,
actually exactly the same.
do you wanna maybe touch on and use whatever kind of numbers or things you want just to give people an idea, like how many machines are like under management?
So right now we put it in perspective. I guess right now we're actually operational in 6 megawatts. So six megawatts. If you take that's about 2,000 machines. So it doesn't sound like much, 2,000, but actually, if you just drop it back one generation of machines, that's 5x. So that's 10,000 machines.
Yeah.
So you basically on the S9 world, we would have been managing 10,000 machines. Now you're managing about 2,000 machines, but we're in the midst of pretty significant expansion with the goal. We just this week signed another 30 megawatts. So we're busy building, and that's why I'm here, is just going, and I understand development quite well, and what's feasible, what's not, and so go kick the tires at some of the sites being offered, and see if we can strike a decent deal. There's numerous things we're looking for. The agreement with the landowners, the quality of the gas, the quality of the site. So there's a lot of things that we're looking for as well on our side. So it's important to sort of be hands-on in that aspect.
Yeah. Well, hey, congratulations on signing that 30 megawatts. That's awesome. And I think that's crazy. 2,000 machines is a lot. Even seeing a setup, if you even Google them with 10 machines, looks like it's quite a bit, let alone 2,000. Do you got like what's the goal for Link? Just curious, like, or you personally, you look at, well, how many megawatts? So you look at how many machines. I mean, I know it's kind of the same in some regards, but what is the goal to get to 10,000 machines, whatever? Like, you don't need to give a timeline necessarily, but like what would make you happy?
Well, right now we have 80 megawatts of signed power, so we can develop that fairly quickly. And I would say that we'd be looking to get, my discussions with my team is let's set our sights on 50 megawatts by the end of the year, because that's very achievable. We've already signed it. We've already disclosed that this is what we're trying to do. There's no secrets, and it's just a matter of tweaking our operations to make sure that we're developing at the right pace, so we've got enough infrastructure and people in behind to support that growth. That's really important, that we can't overextend ourselves, and when you're trying to do good things, you often do that. So we're really trying to offer a good service and a quick turnaround of people saying I want to bring 1,000 machines, and we're able to offer them a price, set up everything where they say that, wow, this is so seamless, this is great. And that part takes some time. So yeah, but I can say that we'd like to develop all of that available power that we've already signed. No reason why we can't. We've just got to be stay very focused over the next year. And I would say that all that would be, and then we'll find more. There's lots of good opportunities out there.
Oh, well, honestly, extremely interesting. Obviously, coming from a crypto background, it's cool to hear, and I think a lot of people that will watch this, mining is always that part of the world of crypto that no one really understands. Even people that have hundreds of bitcoins don't really get it. So I think it's cool that obviously you guys are forming a business around it. Why would someone looking to mine Bitcoin kind of consider talking to you guys? And just curious, maybe more of a what makes Link different than some of the other consultants out there. You cover a lot of it, but I just Would love to get maybe it again in a clear cut. What makes you guys better? Or why would someone pick you over others?
Well, let's pick it off and say that the person that's looking at buying Link as a company, number one, you have that client or that potential client. Why would they buy us? Well, because we're number one. We're the first company to go through a true IPO. We have a very clean structure, small cap table. I think that for the investor, people are looking for that, with plenty of opportunity for the upside right now. So I think that part is an important part for those investors. We have a clear path to profitability, right? We know exactly how we're getting there. And it's just bringing clients and ourselves on board and continue to build our revenue model to where it's extremely robust. So that part's really clear how we're going to kind of get to profitability. And right now we're basically from the pivot that we made from just doing mining to providing these kind of services, we did that in the last 8 months, and we'll be profitable in the next 2 months. So this is a very, very quick turn if you think about a public company getting to profitability in under a year. So I think that's been a pretty aspirational goal, but I think we're going to get there. So that's one. So I think as a shareholder, you knew that. If you're just a crypto nut, you have two, and there's many other people phone me and they know more about crypto than I do. That's for sure. But at the same time, everybody has their niche. They know buying coin, they know trading coin, some know a lot about mining. And if you're going to get into mining, I think the reason you invest in Link is because we're providing a platform for people to mine. If you want to come to us with 10 machines, we're probably not that interested because that's not our business model. But our business model is providing a platform for, industrial scale mining operations. So yeah, that's our thing. I think but if people, the investor that just wants to buy Bitcoin, that's not our client. And I think sometimes it's hard in this business to say no to people, but it also keeps us focused when we do say no. So our business is providing the infrastructure for digital services, right? Whether it be Bitcoin mining or other ones that we're looking at, just providing data center solutions, right?